Welcome to the Wired Educator Podcast, where it's all about becoming a better educator now so you can make a greater impact and enjoy a higher quality lifestyle. And now, your host, Kelly Croy.
This is the Wired Educator Podcast, episode 254, The Greatest Year of Your Life. I'm your host, Kelly Croy, and I'm excited to walk with you into a new year of your life and a mid-year reflection for the 2025-2026 school year. So practice your smile, buckle up, and here we go. Welcome to the Wired Educator Podcast, episode 254, The Greatest Year of Your Life. I'm your host, Kelly Croy, and today I'm excited to welcome you back to a new season, a new year, and new ways to level up and make a difference in the lives of others and design a dynamic life for yourself. It's 2026. We made it. I'm embracing new. You have to have intention. You have to take action. You don't need a long list. You need a plan. And it isn't just about you. The best version of you helps everyone. It helps the people you love, the people you work with, and the people you serve and lead. So let's go. It's been a great week to be a Wired Educator. We're 2 weeks back from a holiday break. And if it took some effort to get back into the rhythm, you're not alone. Early mornings, full schedules, emotional energy, and the responsibility of showing up fully for kids and colleagues every single day. That's real work. And I want to start by saying how proud I am of educators and leaders and staff who came back with passion, who helped students and colleagues feel welcome and safe and seen, and who supported their teammates, who still might be finding their footing. That matters. That's leadership. That's what our profession is all about. I also want to be honest with you. I haven't released a Wired Educator Podcast episode in a while. I published 2 books last year, and I accomplished a whole bunch of things. But my podcast was an area that took a hit. And one of my goals for this year is to be more consistent. And sometimes the most important leadership move we can make is simply stepping back in and getting started again. Not perfectly, just intentionally. And that's what this episode is about. Resetting, reorganizing, and recommitting. Not because we failed, but because growth requires intention. I've always believed that goal setting isn't just personal, it's leadership. When I was in the classroom, I didn't keep goals private. I wrote them down and I hung them on a wall in my classroom so all my students and colleagues could see them. They were goals about education, my profession, about my classroom, and about things I wanted to create at school. I think I had 6 of them the very first year. One of those goals, that first year that I did it, was to start a chess club. And there was this 7th grade boy who every single day, right before lunch, would walk up to me and ask, "Have you started that chess club yet?" And for a long time, the answer was quite simply and sadly, no. But he kept asking. Day after day, week after week, his persistence mattered. Eventually, because of him, I did start that chess club. And that chess club turned into an annual chess tournament in our school that we held every year when the students returned from winter break. Some of my best memories as a teacher came from that tournament. I learned something incredibly important. When you share your goals with other people, you invite accountability. You invite momentum. You invite something bigger than yourself. That lesson stayed with me. I've shared my goals over the years with colleagues, with my family, and with teams, and every single time something powerful happens, trust grows, progress happens, people lean in. People don't follow perfection, they follow intention. That brings me to this year. One of the ways I look at the year is not just a list of goals, although I do that. I also name one single priority. I use the one-word method that's been popularized by many leaders in education and around the world. John Gordon comes to mind. The one word. My one word, and I hope you choose one word for yourself because it centers around the idea of focus. So you craft a word that helps you escape a bad situation or guides you to the proper path you need to improvement. And my one word for 2026 is the word forged. Forged. Forged, like iron shaped in fire. And I want everyone to be very clear about what this word means to me. Yes, I want to be more consistent with my podcast. Yes, I want to continue writing books and creating artwork. And yes, I want to keep growing as a leader and an educator. But my number one priority this year, the one thing that will determine my success in my mind, is my physical body, my overall well-being. This is something I've never truly made a single focus before. I've had too many priorities. And at this stage in my life, my physical body has to be my priority. I need it to be. Here's what I've learned. You can have many interests. You can have a lot of hobbies. You can have many passions, but you cannot have priorities, plural. You get one. And my single priority this year is my body. Forged means building strength and balance and mobility. It means consistency over perfection. It means understanding that progress comes from getting most days right, not every single day perfect. I'm not chasing a perfect streak. I'm working out a little more most days. I'm eating clean a little more most days. I'm paying attention to my sleep, my energy, and my health. I've been successful in many areas of my life, and now it's time to be successful here with my physical body. I wanted to share that with you openly, not for sympathy, but for accountability. If you're listening, I'm inviting your encouragement. I'm inviting you to hold me accountable. And I hope that by sharing this personal goal of mine, it gives you permission to choose your own single priority, especially if it's something that you've been putting off for far too long. This belief in reflection and intentional action is what led me to create a course in 2025 called The Greatest Year of Your Life. Right before the new year, I worked with a group of educators using a 130 plus page workbook and a 2-hour video that I recorded that includes practical templates that you can use on your phone, your iPad, or in your physical journal. These are tools that work for me in real life, not just on paper. And one of the biggest mistakes we make with goals is that we don't decide when or where we're going to work on them. We just write down, hey, this is what I want to do, and we don't come up with a plan. Well, in my opinion, this course helps solve that, because when you join, you also gain access to all the future courses that I create on leadership and other areas. You need a plan. There's a community aspect, if you want it, also with the course hosted in School, SKOOL, which is a new platform that I joined in 2025. And I'll put the link in the show notes. And along with that course link, I'll also include a short questionnaire for an elite coaching opportunity for those that are interested. I only work with 3 people each year as a personal coach, and we meet bi-weekly for an entire year. It's focused, it's intentional, it's deeply personal, about coaching around leadership, clarity, and growth in specific areas. Some people want to write a book. Some people want to start a podcast. Some people want to become an awesome leader. Some people just want to grow. I currently have 1 seat opening at the end of January or early February. And if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, you can apply through the questionnaire in the link below. It's not for everyone, but it is powerful work. It's not easy work. I also want to take a moment to highlight some important work happening right now at Port Clinton City Schools. We have an incredible opportunity for educators, no matter where you live, to attend the Social Emotional Learning and Mental Wellness Symposium on Friday, March 20th in Port Clinton, Ohio. There's a discount for early registration, and it's designed and hosted by my colleague and good friend, Joe Miller. Joe Miller is an English teacher at Port Clinton High School, but he's far more than that. He's an incredible leader. He's a visionary. He's an innovator, and he cares deeply about the social emotional learning of children and adults. And I want to be very clear about this. This symposium is the work of Joe Miller. He organized it, he created it, and I'm so proud of him. And so I'm so happy to share about it on this platform. Joe organized this entire event. He reached out to the speakers. He built the vision, and the result is something truly special. This will be the 3rd year that we've hosted the symposium, and it's incredible. Each year, the speakers that he brings in, the sessions that are offered, people go back to wherever they work and live and talk about how awesome this coming together is. So great job, Joe. There'll be a link in the show notes for you to register or to share with your network. This is educator-led work at its very best. We'll be welcoming dozens of speakers from across the state and the country, all focused on the theme of rigor through relationships. Our morning keynote is Casey Cooney, 2024 California Teacher of the Year, speaking on SEL, AI, and the new era of rigor through relationships. Our afternoon keynote is Kurt Russell, the 2022 National Teacher of the Year, sharing Reimagining What Students Deserve. We also have outstanding breakout speakers and mental health experts joining us for a day focused on the well-being of students and staff. At Port Clinton City Schools, this work matters deeply. And we don't claim to be the experts of it. We believe we're getting much better at it and pretty good at it. It's something we work on every year, every day. And so we're excited for this. Great job, Joe Miller, for organizing this. And great job to all the people participating and attending the symposium. Check the link in the show notes. Shout out to all of the principals and leadership and teachers at Port Clinton City Schools. Along with our leaders, we're working intentionally to make social emotional learning the foundation of the work we do every single day. And I want to stress again, this is the work of Joe Miller, and this is not something we claim to be the experts of. This is something that we consider incredibly important and that we're students of, and that we're always trying to get better. We've got an amazing staff. I know you do in your district as well. And this symposium reflects the heart and leadership and commitment of the people at Port Clinton City Schools. I'll put the website and the registration links in the show notes, and I truly hope you'll consider joining us. I'm going to be doing a live Wired Educator podcast right from the symposium. Thank you, Joe Miller, for inviting me to do so. And before I close, I want to share one more thing. In my journal right now, I have an entire page filled with names of educators and leaders from around the world, some right here in our district, and some who are doing meaningful work in other states and other countries. And over the coming months, I'll be reaching out and inviting them onto the Wired Educator Podcast. I've moved the podcast over to Riverside. I'm not using headphones today. I'm not even using my microphone today. I'm trying an entirely new platform and new method to record. And I'm excited about the tools that make recording and publishing easier and more consistent. So I'll also be making another change soon. Later this year, wirededucator.com will still exist, but it will point to my website, kellycroy.com. That way I can manage and work from a single site, because I found maintaining multiple websites has kept me, well, I'm just going to say it, a little unproductive in the area of writing blogs and podcasting. And so since education is my passion, it makes sense to bring all of this together. So Wired Educator will still exist. The podcast will still exist. It just points to kellycroy.com, and that's a few months down the road. This is something I've wanted to do for a really long time anyway. And saying these things out loud holds me accountable to getting them done. This show has always been about connection, growth, and learning together. And I'm committed to continuing that in a consistent and intentional way. If you've been listening for a while, thank you for sticking with me. And if you're new here, I'm really glad that you're here. I'm glad that you hit play on this podcast. And I want you to know I have a gift for everyone who's listening right now. If you check the show notes, there's a link to some templates that you can use to make 2026 the greatest year of your life. I know it's mid-January. We can't do that, Kelly. We're supposed to start our resolutions on January 1st. No, you can start fresh and new any day of the year, and you should. And I think the templates that I have in the show notes, you'll find incredibly helpful. Oh, thank you for taking time out of your busy week to listen to the show, level up, and make a difference in the lives of others. You're awesome. Have a great week. And as always, every day is a great day to be a Wired Educator.
Thanks for listening to the Wired Educator Podcast at www.wirededucator.com.